you got a question for Coach Stoops, please raise your hand. In the meantime, Coach is going to give us an opening statement, and then we'll throw it over for questions.
All right, thanks, Tony. Once again, a lot of good work. I was very pleased that we were able to get the scrimmage in. And it was a little touch and go with this weather. I just wanted a good day to get some work in. Started a little bit earlier, about a half hour earlier than planned, and got just about all of it in dry so we could get some good work. Got a little wet towards the end of the scrimmage, which was fine. But got a lot of good work. I feel, again, very encouraged that we're making some very positive steps forward. Just getting out there live, getting everybody off on the sidelines, coaches communicating through their headsets, especially offensively in the new system. Just the operation, getting in and out of the huddle and getting the play calls and the shifts and the motions, alignments, relatively clean. Sure, there's a lot of work to do. In particular, as we work more and more guys at center, some of the exchanges and the ball on the ground a little bit more than I'd like. But overall, very pleased. I feel like there's definitely a lot to build on. So really looking forward to challenging the guys to have a really solid finish to the spring here this week and build on the good things we're doing and try to get some of these other things cleaned up so we can have a lot of confidence heading into the spring. Heading into the summer.
All right. Our first question is Josh Moore. Go ahead, Josh.
Hey, Mark. I'm curious about recruiting, just from a big picture standpoint. When you're, what are some of the new challenges you guys are facing, just as you continue to improve as a program, but also, with just some of the new stuff coming into the picture, transfer portal and that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, definitely roster management is a big issue, and with the transfer portal, definitely can help you or hurt you very quickly. So I feel like there's for us, there's been some very positive things happening there, and hopefully it'll stay that way. But you feel like you can definitely pull in some guys to help you. And big picture recruiting, I think it'll be the best when it's all said and done. It'll be one of the best years we've had. So I feel very good about where we're going and some of the guys we have in place. It is a little bit difficult. I mean, we can't see guys, so yeah. You're not supposed to have guys on campus. I don't know if that happens everywhere, but so it's very difficult when you can't see guys face to face. So I think that's the big challenge is certainly has always helped us is getting kids on campus, getting around them in the relationship, and seeing the energy and seeing the culture of our program really helps us. So without that, that's one of the challenges.
If I could follow up real quick, Tony and Mark, if you sense, is there any trepidation from guys, especially offensive recruits? I know you can't name particular guys, but as far as just the new offense and just wanting to see what that looks like first, or are guys kind of excited about that?
Well, I think that's fair. I mean, there's definitely going to be, we got to go out there and put it on the field and prove it, and that's why we're not sweating it. I mean, we feel like that's going to take care of itself. We know we like the playmakers we have right now. We know we're going to build on that. There's always going to be a solid foundation here, and what we do at offensive line, we're going to carry on that tradition right now, and I really feel good about that in the future. And then as our offense blossoms, and I know it looked really good out there today. I was very excited about it, and we're starting to get that balance that I want. And you do feel like that'll take care of itself as you thrive offensively and improve.
Nick Roush?
Is there a player 2 or 3 from the scrimmage today that you're excited to go back and watch and film?
I just think the confidence that I see from the quarterback position, that kind of spreads to the rest of the team. And then when you see some guys stepping up and making plays and you feel the playmakers on the field, I think that gets contagious. So I don't know if any any 1, 2, or 3 plays. I'll tell you this: I like the routine plays looking routine. I like us throwing and catching and the confidence that they have, and you know, the confidence and where to go with the football, and you know, I felt like overall there was some really good protection. The quarterbacks were moving around the pocket very good, and throwing and catching the football.
Okay, John Hale.
Mark, you mentioned the center quarterback snapping there. We've heard a few times that Luke Fortner's working at that position. Is that a realistic option for him to be his primary spot, or is that just for versatility?
Yeah, just for versatility. Yeah, just for versatility and an option. You know, he didn't play there today, so. But you know, Luke's played a lot of football for us, so you know, he didn't have to play an awful lot today. He and Darian, they've played a lot of ball, but definitely got in there and looked good.
Larry?
Mark, not so much dealing spring track, but just wondered your reaction to the Steelers signing T.J. Carter.
I was very pleased with that. I know I was very happy that we were able to work with T.J. You know, very happy that he had a good showing at the Pro Day and picked up some very positive momentum. I know quite a few teams have called on him, you know, since the workout and the Steelers signing him. That's really good. So I'm excited for him. I know since the Pro Day we've gotten a lot of activity. There's a lot of people calling and interested in our players, so you know, that's a good thing. Also, want to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to try to work it in. I want to get you guys out there and get an open practice next week. So try to open that up. If the weather is good, we'll plan on doing that on Tuesday.
And we don't like to be wet.
No, I mean, you're all spoiled. I mean, we'll make sure we have coffee and donuts out there. I know it's early for you, so we'll get you set straight.
Good.
All right, Lonnie?
I'm still laughing at the comment about getting wet.
You look very comfortable right there, Lonnie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're sitting in. Is that the captain's seat?
Don't spit on me and tell me it's not raining outside. It is raining outside. Mark, let me revisit the recruiting situation. As with anything, I think sports-wise, and just like in general, pros and cons to everything. The pros have always been the fact that you can get kids on campus, and you got a lot to offer, and it's always been said you get them on campus, you got a great chance of landing them. However, on the other hand, could a pro be the fact that other teams can't get guys on campus too? For example, let's say you're going down, you're bumping heads with some of your top towers, you know, in the country. If they can't get a kid on campus and you can't get a kid, does that kind of level the playing field to some degree? Am I looking at it the wrong way?
No, it definitely does. It's going to help you sometimes. It's going to hurt you sometimes. It is a level playing field. Everybody's got to deal with it. We all have our obstacles, and we got to deal with it the best we can.
Adam?
Hey, Mark, I know you all kind of hung your hat on the physicality aspect of the game, especially on the line of scrimmage. With this new scheme in spring when you're starting to go live, do you think that's set to translate over? I know you've got a lot of experience on that line, but do you feel like just from a physical edge that you're all still bringing it every day?
Definitely. You have to, you know, continue to maintain that. If you don't, you're not going to be very good and consistent in this league. So we have to continue to be that way. So I feel better about being balanced. You know, you've also heard me preach being balanced and being efficient throwing the football. So I feel like with some of this run game we have and some new run plays as well, sets up some action and some play action off of it.
John Wall?
Mark, Liam said on Tuesday that he was undecided about whether he would be coaching on the sidelines or in the booth on Saturdays. Do you have a preference, and what goes through your mind in terms of making a decision on where you want your OC to be?
Wherever he's comfortable. He called plays from the headset from the sideline today. So we'll continue to work through that, and we will use that communication more than we normally would, just because it's new and new terminology and all that on the offensive side. So we will definitely use it more than just scrimmages. We'll start using it in team settings and just making sure the communication and the tempo and everything is good. Because there were some times today where I could just tell, for the quarterbacks getting the communication and relaying it in the huddle. But I do like, even though we're huddling, which is kind of odd to see in college football anymore, there's still great tempo and there's urgency, and I like that.
He also gave a grade of 3.5 out of 5 for his offense. Would you agree with that so far during spring practice, and what grade would you give?
I don't know. I got to coach him up on not giving grades on that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of room for, I'm not going to give you anything, John. If I'm not mistaken, did I see you walking this morning and doing push-ups on the sidewalk? I think I saw you doing some push-ups.
Yeah, that was me.
That's what I thought. All right. I honked at you.
Coach, that was in the context of picking up the playbook, not overall, just picking up the plays and the playbook.
Well, if Tony was telling me it was in the context of picking everything up, I've been pleasantly surprised. I'm not ready to put a grade on it, but I'm pleased with the way they're picking up just the communication, the concepts, the alignments, and, the urgency and, the execution of getting in and out of the huddle and executing the plays. Getting all 11 guys on the same page, is got to be number one, and then playing the game, and that's what I talked to him about afterwards today as well. I'm seeing the guys gain some confidence, but that gets contagious. Now you're seeing playmakers step up and make some nice catches. I saw some guys making some great individual plays today as well.
Okay, John Hale.
Mark, now that the university has opened up vaccinations to students, what are those conversations with your guys as they make those individual decisions about whether to get it or not? I know in baseball, when they get to 85%, they can ease the restrictions. So do you have any sort of feel if that's going to be the same situation for you guys?
Well, I've addressed it with the team the other day, because we had some vaccinations that became available to the students on campus, and I certainly just gave them the information on that. And, that's an individual decision. I'm not sure where we're at on that, John. I know Gabe and I had a brief conversation yesterday, and he said that some guys were getting it. I have no idea how many. I've got mine, and I'm glad I got it. And so, hopefully our players will want to get it and try to get back to normal here.
Okay, Jeff Drummond.
Hey, Mark, Jalen Gallagher's name came up a little bit here and towards the end of spring practice. Can you talk about kind of his progress there in the secondary and some of those other guys that are kind of, competing for your depth at the corner spot?
Yeah, there's a lot of depth out there, and Jalen's a guy that we like, his athleticism and his length, and there's quite a few guys that are battling. We feel like we have some guys that are interchangeable, and I'll watch this scrimmage. This will be a good indicator today that, once we get in there and dissect this film and see how he played and some of the other guys.
Okay, Amanda.
Hi, Coach. This is Amanda Levine from the Toledo Blade. How would you describe Phil Hoskins' improvements since he got to Kentucky to now, and also evaluate his pro day performance?
Phil has, really grown quite a bit. I mean, I think he'd be the first one to admit that. It's pretty well documented, and he's always been a very likable young man, and it's never been an issue for me. He's always been fun to coach, but I think as he got older, he got more and more mature and started taking it much more serious. He has great size and length and athleticism, and I'm getting some calls on him, and I feel like he did a good job at the pro day, and and is definitely picking up some momentum.
Okay, I do not see any more questions in the queue, so we will say thank you to Coach Stoops.
Thank you.